I wanted to ask you about something that came up in episode 4 and 5, and that is Suge trying to insinuate that Snoop and Daz had something to do with Tupac's death. And he talks about Snoop Dogg having a radio that could hear the stuff in Vegas. What were your thoughts, and what is your opinion when you hear him talk about that?
Yeah. I know Suge Knight ain't never heard that badass interview. So that's people just doing research for him and they prepping him before he does the interview. And they're getting stuff wrong. They can't even remember the songs that Badass was on. They played, the song that they played was some song that was on one of Badass mixtapes or some shit.
Yeah, it was a song that they actually took Nutso off and put Badass on, but then they never released it because they didn't have.
Now, he actually was on Crazy, right? He was on a song called Crazy, I remember.
Correct.
Yeah. And he did songs with Snoop. I don't know where Suge's getting that from, that they never put him on any songs to say that. Because I think he did some songs with the LBC crew, and I think he did some other songs. Can you think of any songs that Badass did off here with Snoop?
Yeah, he did. He did songs on. I mean, he was in the LBC Crew group, so he did songs for, or he did verses for all those songs. Then he was on the Dogfather. He was on the Christmas on Death Row album.
That's right.
He was on the Daz. He was on a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
He did a lot of stuff.
So that's just Suge listening to people that's doing this research for him, and they don't really know this stuff, and it's unfortunate. I know Suge ain't never listened to a badass interview. He did not listen to his YouTube stuff when he was on the streets. I didn't even hear that interview before. But they always saying that they, or the narrative that he's trying to push, it appears. I got another narrative that he's pushing. I done heard three narratives in the last 2 podcasts that he's pushing. One, he's finally admitting that Keefy D and Baby Lane and all of them had something to do with it, but he's just saying Orlando's not the shooter. He's putting it on Big Dre. Okay. Y'all know a lot of y'all 50-50 on that. The second narrative he's been pushing is now that Snoop and them had something to do with that. And they got the memo, and they, like it's a crook thing. I always thought Nate Dogg was a crook. Oh, for some reason, And if they had this memo, and this, I guess Nate Dogg didn't get it. Nate Dogg was there, right? See, that's people that you're dealing with, Mr. Knight. I'm sorry, DOC Security, that don't know all this history like your boy Reg do. So Nate Dogg was there. So that kills that narrative that Snoop and them knew what was going down. And that's why they didn't go out there and all of that. And 2, Kenya, Dad's wife at the time, his girl, who he was living with at the time, she was out there. You don't think Taz would have told her, hey, baby, you ain't going. Stay away from there. I disagree with Suge on this. I used to give him a pass, thinking that the reason he was hollering free Keefy D and all that, he cleared that up. Because I know you're listening to Reg. That showed me right there you listening. And I was like, damn, the only reason he's saying this is because where he's at. And that's why he's, and I was like, just be quiet, don't say nothing. But on the last 2 episodes, you are purposely, if it's true, if you believe any of it, which I don't, I know it's not true, Snoop and them had nothing to do with the murder of Tupac. But, dog, why are you snitching on Snoop then? Why are you talking about the 380s and the 9mm and all of that, and you're in prison? So y'all miss me with, Oh, where he's at, Suge never will talk and all of that. He blatantly trying to get, he don't know that Snoop been acquitted, and so there's nothing that can happen. But the shit that he's doing to Snoop right now about that, y'all just don't know, have no idea how deep that shit is. And so, be careful, man. Be careful, you letting the dude from the East Coast got East Coast love. Setting you up with people, doing interviews with people. What the fuck you got a business doing an interview with Mano for? That's why they did that shit to you. That's why they did that. You had no business being on the show with Angela Yee and Mano. But that's because Dave is connected to them. Those his people. He's some out there. I know you about to be on Mano's head. I know it. I know you. Know you better than anybody. I know you trying to find out who, because I know you don't even know who the hell he is. So any of y'all got any dirt on Mano, y'all shoot it to Mr. Knight. We'll put up his address again because I want y'all to send him Christmas cards, wishing him a happy Christmas. We're going to put it up right here. Shoot him some information, or Dave Mays on his podcast. Because trust me, Mr. Knight will be very grateful. Because I'm sure Reggie, knowing him, he's pissed at Mano and Angelique right now. And maybe my boy, who I kind of like. I like his show, his format. Math Hoffa. And I like what they doing over there. Didn't appreciate that bitch ass nigga hollering, you on PC, Suge, you on PC? You must be bad boy related. You probably one of Puffy's victims, huh? Bitch ass nigga. Peace.